Rimuru, the Eighth Deadly Sin. Wolf Sin of Deception by WGS564. Goat Sin of Lust. Days after they left Basil, the Sins settled in another town. Rimuru, Meliodas, Elizabeth, and Hawk were already up in the tavern. Meliodas. Alright, everyone. Why don't we get ready to open up? Us guys will handle the food stocks. Now, Elizabeth, go down to the village and spread the word. And could you also buy some herbs while you're out there? Elizabeth. Sure. Meliodas. Hawk, you should go with her for support. Hawk. That's fine by me, but do you really think she'll be okay? Elizabeth. I'm perfectly capable of going shopping. Hawk. I know, but the Holy Knights are still after you, aren't they? I mean, wouldn't it be better if you just stayed here? Rimuru. You have a point, they're after you now, so things will definitely get more dangerous. Meliodas. Staying cooped up would just get her down. It's fine. If anything happens, I'll rush right there. Elizabeth blushed. Elizabeth. Sir Meliodas. Rimuru. Well, I guess so long as she has a disguise, she'll be fine. Meliodas. Good idea. Meliodas had her dress in various outfits that defeated the purpose of a disguise. Hawk. That makes her stand out more. Elizabeth. Sorry, but I think I oughta be alright just wearing a shawl. Meliodas. Yeah, I guess you're right. So get out of those clothes now. Meliodas said while he offered his form of assistance in that task. Hawk. She can take that stuff off by herself. Rimuru kicked Meliodas to the wall while holding a black cloak. Rimuru. Here, a cloak of my own design. It'll help you blend in subconsciously. You'll be ignored and treated like you're hardly there and barely will be recognizable or rememberable, but be careful because you're not invisible, so don't get too comfortable. Elizabeth. Thank you, Sir Rimuru, I'll treasure it. Elizabeth said with a smile. Rimuru avoided eye contact. Rimuru. There's no need to go that far. Meliodas. Sheesh, didn't take you for the Tsunere type, Rimuru. Meliodas said while still against the wall. A cup was thrown at his face, which bounced off his head and left another swell. Rimuru. Shut up. The Sin saw Elizabeth off before she went into town. Elizabeth. I'm going now. Meliodas. Okay, be careful. Rimuru. Oh, and don't forget to tell us any important info if you find any. Ban yawned loudly, seemingly not wanting to be up yet. Ban. Do I have to? Meliodas. Ban, King, Rimuru. Whoever catches the biggest game is the winner. Ban suddenly seemed more awake, encouraged by the challenge. Ban. I got this. Rimuru and King both seemed exasperated by their antics, but went along with it, knowing it'd be pointless to resist. King. Captain, you're not using a weapon. You're gonna hunt barehanded. Didn't Rimuru give your sword back? Meliodas. No, actually, since he's being stingy. Rimuru. That sword is what they want, and you almost lost it. It's in safer hands now anyways. Meliodas. Come on, just give it back a bit. Rimuru. Number. As Rimuru and Meliodas argued about this like siblings, Ban and King seemed shocked that Meliodas would even argue about something that seemed so important to him when it came to Rimuru. Rimuru. Look, I'll give it back eventually when I think it'll be fine to give it to you. Meliodas. How vague. Well, until then, I'll try to make it work somehow. Ban. Ha, see ya losers. Ban left to get a head start. Meliodas. You're in the same boat. He said before chasing, going ahead as well. Rimuru. What the hell, if nothing else, it'll kill time. He said before going as well. King. Don't go too crazy, okay? Meliodas. Ban, what do you think of this bad boy? Meliodas said while holding up a sword wolf. Meliodas. Sword wolves are mostly red mean. So they're perfect for smoking. And you can get good money for their hides. Rimuru had a look of disdain. Rimuru. I'm not comfortable cooking or eating anything resembling a canine. But selling the hide sounds good. Ban held an arm full of the white and blue rabbits he caught, and some were twitching. Ban. Well, these little rabbits taste great stewed, fried, or boiled. And the broth you make from these guys is really good for the skin, too. Meliodas. Even so, I still think I won the contest. Ban. A hopeless kitchen catastrophe with no taste buds doesn't have the right to talk. Rimuru. I see, so the question is quality or quantity, then take a look at these. Rimuru emerged 30 dusk bisons. Rimuru. Quality and quantity are equally divided. While these fat things act as pests to farms, they make good meat all around, and their horns can sell for a decent price each. I'd say that makes me the winner. Ban. Ah damn it. Meliodas. Hey, King, how did your hunt go? They all turned to see King sleeping the day away, not even bothering to participate. Meliodas, Rimuru, and Ban. King. Ban. Wake up time. Ban said as he pinched King's nose. Meliodas. Ban's right. We've been losing business, so we need a decent haul here. Especially since Rimuru's been stingy with his gambling earned from the fighting festival. Rimuru avoided eye contact as Meliodas stared at him with an accusing smirk. King. That's good enough. Didn't you three catch plenty already? He said while holding his nose. Ban. No way. As punishment, go catch something even more awesome, King. Rimuru. He's right, we all gotta break a sweat for the tavern we live in, you included. Besides. Rimuru put an arm around King's shoulder as he whispered to him. Rimuru. I'm sure Diane would love to eat what you catch, she'll totally think you're cool. King cleared his throat. King. Yes, I have to, then. Suddenly, they heard a loud growl in the distance. King. What was that? Wasn't just some random bear growling. Ban. Whatever it is, doesn't sound too friendly. Meliodas. It totally sounded like Hawks moaning and groaning when he has the runs. Ban laughed at the thought. Rimuru. I'm sensing a lot of magic in that direction. Meliodas. I guess we ought to take a look. Rimuru. Got nothing better to do. On their way, they found a bunch of wounded knights going on about a giant armor-clad monster. King. Did he say, armor giant? Ban. What the hell is an armor-clad monster? Meliodas. Guys, it's him, it has to be. Ban. Him. King. Huh, no way. Meliodas. Yeah, there's no mistaking this. Rimuru. That description could only be one guy. Meliodas. It's Gauther, the goat Sin. The male members of the Sins present traversed the forest to where they hoped to find their ally. King. I can sense his magical power clearly from this direction. He's close. Ban. But he's not showing any signs of moving at all. Rimuru. His behavior does seem odd for him. Meliodas. Well, either way, don't let your guards down. Rimuru. Yeah, after all, if what those knights said was correct, we could be facing the roars of dawn. Meliodas. I've heard more than a couple of nasty rumors about those guys. King. When I was on the kingdom's side, I saw them a lot. Their one and only mission is to kill their targets. The most evil combat squad ever. Rimuru. That's kinda rich coming from us, given our reputation. Ban laughed. Ban. Wouldn't have it any other way. It means I can go crazy on them. Rimuru. See what I mean? Soon, they reached the end of the trees to find the roars of dawn facing off against the armored giant. Jillian. I suppose it's no surprise, but he made such short work of our vanguard, their ranks are completely decimated. Simon. They were just pawns who lacked any backbone if they let him do that. Right, Slater. Slater didn't say anything, seemingly focused on his target, until his attention was drawn to the air where four men came down in defense of the armored giant, causing the roars of dawn to back away. It was Meliodas, Rimuru, Ban, and King. Meliodas. Gauther, you okay? Simon. Slater, look, aren't those the... Slater. No unnecessary thoughts or questions. Our job is to eradicate our target in solemn silence. Concentrate. King. Captain. Meliodas. Whoever moves first, loses. The atmosphere was thick enough to cut with a knife, as the Sins and roars of dawn faced off with each other. Alan. This is where you were. The Sins were surprised that someone entered this battlefield so casually. Alan. Sorry for keeping you. I searched all over town, but I wasn't able to find any glue. Alan looked to see that almost everyone was staring at him. Alan. What is it? Ban. What is it with you, dude? Alan. Me. I'm just. The Aramore giant began shuddering and grunting. Armor giant. Afraid. Gauther. Afraid. Alan. Easy. Ban. What's he talking about? Rimuru. Does Gauther know that guy? The armor giant roared and raised its fist. Meliodas. Scatter. They did as their captain ordered as the armor giant smashed where they were. Slater. Kill him. The roars of dawn jumped to attack the armor giant, but Meliodas beat back each of them. Meliodas and Slater targeted each other next. Meliodas. He's strong. Meliodas. Head was pinned to the ground. Meliodas. Just run Gauther. The remaining roars of dawn mercilessly attacked the armor giant, knocking it down. Hugo. Second wave. Jillian. Above you. Hugo's arm was hit by King's spear in fossilization form. King. Sorry to do this, but I'm turning you to stone until everything settles down. Hugo. Simon. Without another word necessary, Simon cut off Hugo's arm before the fossilization could consume him. King. What? King was suddenly captured by Jillian's electric wire magic. Jillian. You can stay there till everything settles down. Slater. It's my turn next. Slater got up from where Meliodas was to attack the armor giant. Meliodas. No, it's not. Meliodas was intercepted by Simon. Simon. Then let me. Slater jumped to get on top of the armored giant, but was intercepted by Rimuru, who kicked him back down. He recovered and clashed with Rimuru for a while. Weinheit. Thanks for the diversion. Ban. I don't think so. Ban was chopped horizontally, where the archer was only for him to phase away into nothing. Ban. How'd he do that? Weinheit. Too bad. Charging complete. Weinheit emerged from the corpses of the other knights, which was his true hiding spot. Weinheit. And now, it's mission accomplished. He fired straight at the armored knight, and a beam of light appeared as it made contact. Meliodas. No. Gauther. The arrow was revealed to have been caught by one person, which got everyone's attention. Alan. What had just transpired, no one present could comprehend. And like a corpse, the man just quietly waited for the time to pass. For the arrow that would be hurled from his blind side. The price for breaking the seal will be a step 1, humans. Slater. Did he say seal? Meliodas. Hold on, the way you talk sounds like. Rimuru. This magic it's without a doubt. King. That symbol on your chest. No way. Alan. Yes, my true form is. Alan's hairstyle and color changed seamlessly. King. Huh. Meliodas. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Rimuru. Seriously. Ban. I don't believe it. Gauther. A member of the 8 deadly sins. The goat sin of lust. My name is Gauther. Slater. This kid's one of the 8 deadly sins. Simon. I can't believe it. Weinheit. I know, but he stopped my fully charged arrow with his bare hands. I just can't imagine some ordinary kid would be able to pull off a stunt like that. Gauther. That is correct, there can be no doubt. I am indeed Gauther, the goat sin. Ban jumped to get a closer look as he observed Gauther. Ban. Whoa, so back then you were wearing that armor, huh? Guess I always figured it was some giant old man who was stuffed inside there. Gauther. Given your posture, gait, tone of voice, attitude, as well as that scar, I presume that you're Ban, the undead. Ban laughed. Ban. Now that's the Gauther I remember. Jillian. He's one of the 8 deadly sins, too. Gauther. And that young boy who appears just as I remember him from years ago must be. Simon looked at Meliodas questioningly. Meliodas. You got it. I'm Captain Meliodas, all right. Simon. Hold on, this little squirt is the leader of the 8 deadly sins. Meliodas. Yeah, surprised. Gauther. It's astonishing. Rimuru. I mean, you're one to talk, you haven't changed much either, Gauther. Gauther. Mannerism, effect, and presence. Despite your lack of heterochromia, all other factors lead me to believe you're the vice captain, Rimuru. Ban. You saying you can't tell from their faces. Then what do you think of that guy? Ban said as he pointed at King as who was still bound. Ban. You ready for this one? That's King. Gauther. No, that's someone else. Bone structure, voice, and body odor. It all indicates another person, not King. Ban. Odor. King transformed into his human appearance. Jillian. Creepy. King's binds broke. Gauther. It is him, then, undoubtedly. Ban. Wow, way to backtrack. Slater clapped his hands. Slater. Wonderful. To meet not only Gauther but 4 of the 8 deadly sins. So happy. Given the chance, I would love to challenge you, but it's such a pity. In the very end, our mission today is solely to return home with that armor giant's head. Meliodas. By the way, who's inside of that armor? Rimuru. I'll admit you got me curious, its magic is a familiar kind, but it's also as if a lot got mashed together in there. Gauther. Well, I'm not really sure. Rimuru and Meliodas wondered what he meant by that. Slater. Now, then. Time to get to work. Gauther. I'd actually prefer it if you left him alone, would you? Ban. What's going on, Gauther? Just let those guys do what they want. King. Yeah, the fact is, the only reason we tried to protect him in the first place is because we thought it was you. Meliodas. Right. Rimuru. We'd be unnecessarily going out of our way for whoever's in there. Does whoever's inside that armor really mean that much to you? The armored giant roared, and the upper torso of its armor was shattered. Yowther. You felt his magical power firsthand, still think you can defeat him? Slater. That's right. I'll admit that two of us, no, make that one, will surely die. But we'll surely claim this one's head too. Rimuru. Seems like a somewhat accurate guess of events. Well, Yowther. Yowther. A cool-headed assessment. I have no choice then. Yowther raised his hand. The roars of dawn were on guard. Yowther decapitated the armored giant to the surprise of everyone. It fell to the ground. Yowther held up the head with one hand as an offering. Yowther. Take it with you. Slater. What are you doing? Yowther. It's the most peaceful way of resolving this. If a three-way battle were to occur between us now, the aftermath would mean the inevitable annihilation of Orden's villagers below. In this way, the knights who perished wouldn't have died in vain. Slater. HMPH, I accept your offer. Slater said as he took the head from Yowther. Simon. Are you sure about this? That was our prey, you just. Slater. Silence. I like you, Yowther, the goat sin. So out of respect for your legend, we'll withdraw. But if by chance we're given the order to go after your heads one day, when that time comes. Rimuru. One more thing. Slater. Rimuru. It's unfair for one of your allies to leave while down an arm when incapacitation was our goal. Rimuru healed Hugo's severed arm to perfection as if it had never been severed. Slater. How chivalrous of you. Rimuru. And about your earlier comment, I'd say I'm developing something of a respect for you as well, so let's hope you're never given such an order for your sakes. Slater chuckled. Slater. It seems some legends are better met in person, well, ta-ta. The roars of dawn made their leave. Yowther. Yes, ta-ta. King. I'm kinda surprised. It looked like you had some sympathy for this monster. Yowther. Oh, really? Was I sympathizing with him? Rimuru. I'd say so, at least from my perspective. Yowther. I see. Meliodas. He was wearing your armor, wasn't he? Was he like your stand-in or something? Yowther. No, though he effectively became one. After all, you did mistake him for me. Ban. Yeah, well, it's not like we've ever seen your real face. Yowther. I see. In other words, my disguise was unnecessary. Rimuru. Well, it wasn't a bad one, and the persona you put on did help you blend in at least. Meliodas. Still, I've never seen a monster like this before. Yowther. There's a faint odor wafting from the very depths of his magical power. He was very likely human once. Meliodas. King. Human. Rimuru. Now that you mention it, I do sense the faint traces of humanity in him. The body of the formerly armored giant moved, twitched, and began to get up. Yowther. Well then, let's try to contain him, the five of us. Meliodas. Hold on, what's going on here? Yowther. As I said, the chaos would have been extreme if we clashed in a three-way battle. King. You chopped off his head, but he's still alive. Yowther. Yes, it was already ornamental, anyway. King. What part of him was once human, then? This is really weird. Yowther. Naturally, he was no ordinary human. That's the shell of a former holy knight. King. A shell of a holy knight. Yowther. I'm sure you sense it. Drifting along the torrent of evil magical power is the great power of a holy knight. In order to suppress this incredibly evil force, I had him wear my armor, but after repeated damage to it, the seal was broken. Meliodas. So that's what's going on. Well, it doesn't exactly seem like the kind of guy you can reason with. The formerly armored giant attacked them by smashing where they stood, but they all dodged with ease. Meliodas. Let's do this. Ban. Right. Rimuru. Best to wrap it up quickly. Meliodas, Rimuru, and Ban dealt a flurry of blows to the monster, but it regenerated and punched them back. Rimuru dodged, but Meliodas and Ban weren't swift enough. Thankfully, they landed in King's chastaful. King chuckled smugly. King. Come on, guys. When you go into battle, you should wait to see how your opponent strikes first. Ban. Shut up, King. Meliodas. It's so fluffy. King. Spirit Spear Chastaful, second form, Guardian. To protect against external enemies, the holy tree's own moss is given shape and sent into battle. Made of moss, its body can parry any attack, and with its high concentration of water, it's highly resistant to fire. One of the mouths of the former Holy Knight used frost breath to freeze the chastifol before smashing it. Meliodas. But it isn't so great against the cold. King. No. Meliodas. Hey Gauther. It's your turn next. Gauther was covered in the remaining frost. Gauther. My glasses clouded over. He said as he took them off and squinted his eyes. Gauther. You four hold him off for a little while. Rimuru. That guy really marches to the beat of his own drum. The former Holy Knight turned monster attacked them once again, but it was once again too slow. Ban. Man, what a pain. Fighting him barehanded is gonna be tough, Captain. Meliodas. Guess we can't be too choosy about weapons then. I'll take these. Meliodas and Ban wasted no time. Their eyes scanned the fallen knights, and in a heartbeat, they armed themselves. Meliodas seized a sword and a battered shield, while Ban snatched up a coiled whip still slick with blood. Without hesitation, Meliodas surged forward, the ground crunching beneath his boots. But the monster was quicker than it looked. One of its many mouths gaped wide and unleashed a stream of sizzling acid. The corrosive venom splashed across Meliodas's shield, hissing as it ate through the metal. He gritted his teeth and pressed on. The moment the shield began to dissolve, he cast it aside, undeterred, and closed the final distance with steel flashing in his grip. King. Will normal weapons work on that thing? King said as his chastifol was repairing itself. Rimuru. They will if you enchant them properly. Meliodas struck the monster with a purple and black fire. Meliodas. Enchant Hellblaze. King. Wait, dark flames. Ban. Just like. Ban recalled the day he experienced those flames, as they were the source of his scar. Ban. Captain. Do it in one shot. Meliodas. Right. Meliodas left to finish it off when a humanoid form between the mouths spoke. Dale. Don't do this, please. Meliodas hesitate. Ban. Hurry up and finish him off. Meliodas was caught by the tongues of two of the four mouths. Ban. Dumb ass. An arrow of light shot Dale's human form, rendering him stunned. King. A light arrow. Rimuru. Wasn't me. King. This is your chance, Ban. By using his whip, Ban took Meliodas from the grasp of the monster. Ban. What's the matter, Captain? You could have destroyed it. Meliodas. I just heard him say something. It must have been the Holy Knight. Ban. Like that really matters, just kill him already. Meliodas. He's still alive in there. Ban. Stop being so naive. Gauther. What's up? Are you two fighting? King. Gauther. King observed the mutated knight with an arrow of light piercing through him. King. He stopped moving. Did you take him down? Gauther. Number. He's trapped in an illusion. That's my magical power, invasion. Right now, he's inside an illusion of the distant days he most wanted to return to. Ban. You're still the same annoying freak you always were. Now stop yapping and kill him already. Gauther. I'm incapable of killing him. Ban. Huh. Gauther. It isn't as if he made the choice to be born this way. Therefore, I cannot kill him. Ban scoffed. Ban. Like, there's anyone who gets a say in how they're born. Move it, I'll kill that thing. Ban walked forward and outstretched his hand, only for his wrist to be stopped by Meliodas. Meliodas. Back off. There's still a part of him that's human inside that thing. Meliodas and Ban glared at each other. Gauther. It's said that close friends often fight. Is that the case here? King. I don't think it's a fight. Gauther. It's said that friendship is a beautiful thing. Is it? King. Excuse me. Meliodas and Ban continued to glare at each other. Ban scoffed as he prepared to attack. Ban. Don't go ordering me around. A blast of an even brighter light was shot at Dale, knocking him down. Rimuru. Can you guys stop fooling around already? Ban. Alright, nice shot, Rimuru. Leave it to the vice captain to get stuff done. See, even Rimuru agrees. Meliodas. Rimuru, why'd you have to kill him? Rimuru. Why do you think? I'm not like you, I won't drag out the suffering of an innocent person. They deserve, above all, a quick and merciful death. Meliodas was suddenly in front of Rimuru and grabbed him by the collar. Meliodas. Is that seriously what you call it? Rimuru. What else is there to call it? Honestly, why do I always have to clean up your dirty work? Meliodas. Grip on Rimuru tightened as did his glare. Ban. All he did was bring the curtain down on the crappy life of some guy who turned into a monster. Our vice captain's always been the type to do such a favor. Meliodas. What? King. Guys, look. I think he's whispering something. Gowther. Even though his heart's been gouged out, he's still seeing the illusion that I gave him. Rimuru looked more determined as he walked closer to the hopeless former holy knight. Meliodas grabbed his wrist. Meliodas. Rimuru, don't you dare. Rimuru's arm moved in a blur, his backhand landed with crushing force, sending the captain hurtling into a crag of stone with a thunderous crack. Dust clouded the air, but Rimuru never turned, never flinched. His gaze remained locked on the creature before him, sharp, unyielding, almost mournful behind their intensity. Eyes like blades, not of rage, but of conviction. He wasn't ignoring Meliodas out of arrogance. He simply couldn't be swayed, not now. Because Rimuru wasn't here to fight. He was here to end a life, to grant a mercy that no one else understood. Gowther. Rimuru just struck the captain. Why is that? The monster that remained of the holy knight roared a terrifyingly loud sound. Didn't falter in his advance. Rimuru. The same reason why I always do, when he's doing something stupid. Rimuru drew his sword with deliberate calm, the blade humming with a radiance so pure it seemed to outshine the very sun. The light wasn't harsh, but cleansing, almost sacred, as if the weapon itself judged the unnatural before it. His lips parted, barely a whisper escaping. Rimuru, forgive me. In the next instant, the sword was sheathed again, so swiftly, so gracefully, it was almost as though it had never been drawn. The effect was immediate. The grotesque mutations writhing across Dale's body began to crack and flake away, crumbling into light-touched ash. The monstrous limbs dissolved, piece by piece, until nothing remained of the horror, only the solemn, broken remnants of the man he once was. Rimuru stood motionless, eyes low, saying nothing more. The light had done what it was meant to do. Not to destroy, but to release. Ban whistled low, then cracked a grin that didn't quite reach his eyes. Ban. Well damn, Rimuru. You always did keep secrets, but that was on a whole other level. You gonna explain, or just keep acting like some tragic god with a conscience? Rimuru. Shut up or I'll slug you too, jerk. Ban raised his arms defensively. King. That light. It didn't just destroy him, it healed him. Like it tore the corruption away. What kind of power does that? King looked at Rimuru with a serious expression. King. You remembered him, too, didn't you? Rimuru said nothing as he walked off. Gowther spoke as he passed by him. Gowther. Based on the light's composition and the emotional resonance you exhibited, that was an act of mercy. Not violence. You didn't kill him. You freed him. Rimuru. He should be somewhat conscious now. It's better to get closure in times like these. Gowther. Closure. Is that what that would be? Rimuru walked over to where he hit Meliodas and helped him up. Rimuru. Sorry, Captain, but it had to be done. Meliodas. I could tell from the way you finished him. That technique. I've seen it before from you. Precise. Controlled. Completely painless. He meets Rimuru's eyes, a knowing sadness in his own. Meliodas. You didn't want to do it, but you thought you had to. Didn't you? Rimuru. Figured I'd save you the trouble. Meliodas. And they call me a softie. The sins observed and surrounded the corpse. King. A human transforming into a demon. Is that really possible? Rimuru. I've seen something like this before, but this way was done pretty sloppily in a risky and unstable way. Meliodas. Could be a curse, or maybe some kind of experiment. Ban pulled out a root-like object from what remained of Dale's human form. It moved and mumbled in Ban's hands. King. No way. You think they created a man-made demon? Meliodas. Guess so, and they used a holy knight to do it. King. But that means someone had to go behind the backs of two holy knight grandmasters. King gasped in realization. King. Could it be true? Meliodas. Yeah. And there's a good chance that a holy knight grandmaster's directly involved. King. Then it's either Dreyfus or it's. A needle of light pierced the root-like demonic source. Gowther. Hendrickson. Meliodas. You figure out something. Gowther. Yes, the person likeliest to be involved in this incident is Holy Knight Grandmaster Hendrickson. Rimuru. Whatever they did, we're shutting it down ASAP. Ban grabbed the root-like creature with his other hand and squeezed it like a sponge before tossing it. Ban. I'm getting hungry, so let's head back. King. I'm sure Diane must be worried too. Ban. Oh yeah, about the captain. Those words hit King like a bus. Rimuru caught Gowther looking at the remains of Dale. He smiled to himself. Rimuru. He doesn't know it yet, but he's become quite sentimental indeed. Rimuru sensed Elizabeth on her way with something in her hands. Rimuru, well, with that, I'm sure it'll help him make up his mind, it's always decided when it comes to her after all.